Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
So that's the woman power of CNBC TV18. Wish all the viewers a very happy Women's Day, and to Sonia as well.
Yes, happy Women's Day. You know, every day is 8th March for us, right? I mean, we have women surrounding us at work, surrounding us at home. So we really can't run away from them.
Oh yes, it's not one day, but it's good to have one special day where we can celebrate it a little more than the other days. But of course, one should know, all the viewers should know that CNBC has majority of women really working, and they have been the backbone of our entire news system, on screen as well as off screen as well.
We should make a special mention to our director, who is a man, and he's, of course all the men have been left out. But you know what, guys, 364 days of the year, men are celebrated. So one day, just one day for women, right? Take a quick look at what's happening in the markets this afternoon. It's been not such a bad day, so up about 0.5%. But we've seen a big seesawing in the market, as you can see on the Nifty as well. Now holding up well in the green. The mid-caps, though, have been the sore point of the market, down almost about 0.02%. There's been a tad bit of a recovery in the mid-caps, no two ways about that. But definitely, that's the space worth watching in. All right, so Videocon Industries is the stock on our radar right now. As we all know, it's amongst the 28 companies that have been referred to the bankruptcy code. They have, an exposure of over 20,000 crores that the lenders have to Videocon. Venugopal Dhoot of Videocon joins in now. We also have Lata Venkatesh here with us. Mr. Dhoot, good afternoon. If you can just start off by first putting the numbers in front of us. What is the exact debt that the company has on the books currently? What is the domestic debt at the moment?
Yeah, company is having the domestic and foreign debt together is only 20,000 crore rupees on Videocon International Limited. And we have got another company, sister company, Videocon Hydrocarbon Limited, which is registered abroad. And that company is having 22,000 crore rupees loan, but that loan has been taken from foreign banks. Indian banks has got nothing to do with that, and even RBI has got nothing to do that. So only 19,000 crore rupees loan taken from Indian bank is in question.
Okay, just before, Mr. Dhoot, thank you for joining us. Just before I came into the interview, I was speaking to SBI, and they gave me a figure of close to 50,000 crores, and they said half of it is international, as you said, and half of it is Indian. So is it a little more than 20,000 crore if you added all the working capital? That's what the bankers say.
Yeah, but you see, the foreign loan is given by foreign banks and not by Indian banks, and that loan is separate, and that is in a separate company. So what resolution they require is only for 20,000 crore rupees.
Okay, not 25, not 24 or 25, only 20.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Does that include working capital, all the loans?
Resolution has been put by the SBI to his.
Sorry, once again, sir.
Working capital they have not is not default.
Okay, and this
working capital loan is not under default and no problem in there.
Okay, now even the foreign debt, some of it has been given by Indian banks. We understand.
No, foreign banks has been given by the various banks like Deutsche Bank and Bank of England and all those. Bank of America, all the Standard Chartered Bank, majority of loan has been given by them only. It's not, the Indian bank has got very small loan over there.
Okay.
Which was taken initially.
Okay, what is the stage
Since
now,
the oil field has been doing very well, there is no question of default over there.
Okay, you mean you have been paying all the foreign loan interest?
Hello?
You are paying all the interest on the foreign loan?
Yeah, foreign loan interest has been paid, and it is. Yeah, foreign loan, you see, foreign loan is a project loan, and project loan interest is provided by the bank only, so there is no question of default in foreign loan.
Okay, that is in the foreign loan, but we are more interested with what's happening with the Indian loan at the moment, the 20,000 crores that you spoke about. What are the haircuts that the bankers will have to take because of the insolvency?
When I am there, I am quite sure bank will not be required to take any haircut, because our brand is very valuable. We are having properties worth around 7,000 crore rupees, and we are having a lot of other assets also. So I don't think bank will have to take any haircut in our
But
case.
who is the buyer?
And we will also try our level best, try our every nerve.
Right. So,
Sir,
Mr.
but
Dhoot,
no,
could you
Mr.
mention...
Dhoot,
There are
one
many
minute,
buyers
Mr. Dhoot.
for that. And,
Mr. Dhoot, how will, 1 minute, Mr. Dhoot, how can you be in charge? Under the NCLT, the existing promoters are not allowed
Yeah.
to buy.
Yeah, we will not be taking, we will be supporting them that others should buy. For example, a team led by State Bank of India visited Electrolux and all those people, and they are also trying to sell it. And do you know this, that NCLT order has not been passed till now. The company is with us only.
So, yes.
And we have gone to High Court also.
So, Mr. Dhoot, yes, coming to that point, first is, of course, you have challenged the lenders and you have taken it to NCLT. You don't want to be in the IBC. So, if you are challenging that and you are going to go to the highest court so that you are still in control of your companies, what is your plan B in terms of recovering the funds to pay back the lenders? Which are the assets, if you can pinpoint? Of course, there have been several news points, several transactions that have been announced, including Kenstar, Dish TV and many others. So if you can lay down your strategy in terms of repaying the debt to the lenders by selling the valuable assets that you just mentioned.
You will understand that Videocon as a going concern with the brand and all other sub-brand has got a tremendous value. It has got a big sale and it has got a largest market share in India. So there should be many more interest coming over here for this company, and we are striving our every nerve that under any circumstances our bank should not have any haircut. That is our intention, because we think that there is no fault from our side. Our telecom license has been cancelled, and that's why we came into this position. But we don't want bank to make any loss.
Okay. On what point have you taken the banks to court, to the High Court?
Well, we wanted that our project report is good and our proposal was good, and there was no necessary that to refer it to NCLT, and they can take it again, because we have given all plan to repay all of our money to the bank. So on this point we have gone, and we are quite hopeful that we will be able to convince bank also and the court also that we are solvent company.
Sure. Are there any interested buyers in any of your assets at the moment?
Yeah, we have got lot of properties. There are interested buyer for that also. And as a going concern for Videocon, there are many buyers. I will tell you, all of the bankers led by State Bank of India visited various places abroad to search for the buyer, and they have also got a very good response. So I am quite hopeful that this going concern business of Videocon will have a very big value.
All right. So, Mr. Dhoot, let's take it one by one. The Dish TV merger plan had been announced. That could be really making it to a listed merged entity very soon, now that you've got all the proposals. Is there a plan for Videocon to sell their stake in the merged entity to Dish TV, recover some funds out of that, and then will that be, or could that be utilized to repay debt to the banks?
You see, merger has not taken place yet, and after merger will take place, we will decide what to do. But merger, about merger, etc., the authority to talk is about with Dish management, and we don't know anything on that. But merger will take place very soon, in 4 or 5 days' time. That is what we think, and then we will decide what to do in future.
Okay. There are other group companies' liabilities that you have to repay as well, right? What amount is that exactly? Is it about 5,000–6,000 crores?
Which is that?
The other group companies' liabilities that you have to repay?
Group companies' total liability is 20,000 crore rupees only, no?
Okay.
20,000 crore domestic and 20,000 crore abroad.
In India is only 20,000 crore rupees.
Okay. When are you expecting to...
20,000 crore abroad, I repeat, says the banks in India is not at all involved.
Okay.
And there is no NPA there.
Okay, but
Foreign
what...
loan, there is no NPA.
Okay, but what is the progress on the international oil reserves? Are you able to starting prospecting oil? Can you give us a timeline on when you will be able to draw oil and make profits over there?
Yeah, we are quite sure that from next year we will start the oil production, and we will be able to pay all the money borrowed from oil field to the bank as it starts production, and it has got a huge oil. It is one of the largest oil reserve in the world. So there is no problem that there is no problem for us to get a lot of money out of it at $65. It's a very viable proposal.
Okay. When is the next hearing in the High Court?
That I don't remember, but the High Court, I can't say when it will be. The next date has not been given.
Okay, by when can we expect the company to come out of NCLT?
That depends on the court decision and all. Because the matter is sub judice, I will not talk on that matter.
Ask you about the possibility of Everstone acquiring Kenstar. I mean, there was a lot of talk that Everstone was looking to acquire Kenstar. Anything that's come up on that front? Any kind of timeline that we're looking at?
As you know, when we sell, as you know, when we sell any asset, any brand, anything, there is a NDA. And that NDA agreement is very non-disclosure agreements are very strict. So I would not like to speak on that, who is the buyer, who will buy and when they will buy.
Okay, but what for what all assets do you have buyers, Mr. Dhoot? Since you have taken the banks to the High Court saying that you can pay them back, who are the buyers who have expressed assets, expressed interest, and on which assets?
Yeah, we can say that we have got a Videocon brand, and with other Nick brand we are having a going concern business, and this going concern has got a great value and we can pay money to the bank. Apart from that, we are having 7,000 crore rupees worth of properties, and looking at all these things, we will be able to pay to the bank their loan. Only thing is that it is a question of time only.
Okay, what about the insurance arm? How much did you get for the sale?
That still has to be decided.
But you have sold it off, right?
There is a formula we are working, and then we got the permission from IRADA to sell the insurance company.
Diamond Deal Trade Limited? To Diamond Deal Trade Limited?
Beg your pardon?
No, are you selling it to Diamond Deal Trade? It was one of those group companies of Jindal and Enam Securities which were wanting to buy.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any idea how much money?
Price, etc. will be decided, and name what you have said is.
Yes, sir.
That I can't give you just now. It is going. Negotiations are going on.
Okay.
What about Kelvinator? The business was expected to be sold, right?
Yeah.
Anything on that front that we can expect anytime soon?
No, Kelvinator has been doing very well, and it was never expected to be sold, and it is doing very well.
Okay. You are expecting to get the IRP announcement on March 28th, right? That is the next hearing in the NCLT.
That we never know. We don't predict about what court will do and what court we will not do. I can't predict that.
Since when are you an NPA, Mr. Dhoot? I think Dena Bank called you an NPA about 1 year ago. So you have not been servicing interest for the past, 9 or 12 months?
No, there has been a formula decided by the State Bank of India by which we are still paying the interest. 7% of our all revenue goes to the interest account and we are paying the interest.
Okay. Are there any restrictions on your travel at all, Mr. Dhoot, considering that your cases are coming up?
There is no restriction for me to travel anywhere, but unfortunately I'd like to travel. Last 3 years I have not traveled anywhere.
Okay. All right. Yep. Any other?
So, Mr. Dhoot, just one question, since you have been harping on the point that you have enough assets to be sold and to repay to the lenders while the NCLT and your challenge in the court is also going on. In the interim, in a quarter, are we expecting any sort of repayment by way of some deal being struck in the next 3 months? If you can give us a timeline and some visibility, at least in the short run.
That I don't know, but if the assets are sold, then definitely repayment is possible to the bank. When asset will be sold is not that easy, but in long run, I can say that in 2-3 years' time, good number of assets will be sold.
At the moment, how much money on a quarterly basis are your Indian assets making?
That is depending. Sometimes market is good, sometimes market is bad. Often I don't know, but it's not a bad performance.
Okay. Would you be able to tell us what was last year's EBITDA, FY17?
I don't have that much of memory last year, what happened, etc.
Okay.
But I just wanted to again harp on one point, Mr. Dhoot, since we have you with us. Kenstar deal, can that be struck in a quarter?
Yeah.
And can you sell your stake to Dish TV in the Dish TV merger and recover some funds? Are these two on top of your agenda right now as far as debt repayment to the lenders are concerned?
Why are you talking about these two assets only when we are very, very confident to sell many of our assets and to pay the bank? Why you tell about these two? There are other assets also, and we are definitely going to sell the asset so that the bank gets satisfied that we are doing some work for them to pay them back and getting much debt free and in a comfortable zone.
All right, so which
but
one
you know
is
what, Mr. Dhoot, I'm just looking at the numbers that you have announced to the exchange. For the last 8 quarters, you are making losses.
Yeah, last 8 quarter we are not doing so well, but as we start again with the new scheme given to the bank, we are quite hopeful that we will be performing like what we have performed 2 years back, and we are quite confident on that.
What is this new scheme that you have given the banks?
A new scheme is that, well, as per the Reserve Bank's notification and all that, we will be able to pay at 9% interest the bank money, and banks were very happy with that also, and the banks have passed the resolution. But only thing is that it has not been done in time, so we couldn't help.
Okay, so finally then,
launch this proposal. But very soon we are hopeful that.
Sure. So just before we end this conversation, then you did mention that you have a lot of properties and a lot of assets that you are looking to sell. Can you give us a ballpark quantum of what the amount of assets that you could perhaps liquidate over the next 1 year?
You see, we are having around 6,000 to 7,000 crore rupees worth of assets, and those assets will be sold in a year or 2 years' time.
Which ones are these, Mr. Dhoot, that you're harping on?
7,000 crores of what? Is it real estate? What assets are they?
They are the properties.
Okay, all the 7,000 crore is real estate
well
assets.
located, well placed properties.
Okay. And you have a buyer for it? Is it a done deal?
Yeah, I would say these are the properties, these are land, properties, building, etc.
Okay, all right. Fine, we will touch base with you, sir, after March 28th, when I believe the case comes up for hearing in the NCLT. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Dhoot.
Okay, well.
Yeah, sure.
That's the word coming
Yeah,
in from Videocon. It's tough to digest the fact that banks will not have to take any haircut because of the comments that he made. But anyway, he's promised that about 7,000 crores of assets will be sold.
Matter is now in the court. He's challenged the lenders there. And if a lot of these cases go into litigation, it can really take a
No, actually, I think the High Court and the Supreme Court have been very strict. They have not entertained cases against the NCLT. You know, SR challenged, all companies challenged being taken to NCLT, but none of them got relief, or very few got even, subsequent hearings. Chances are that, the High Court will dispose of the case very quickly, and on March 28th, we will know who is the resolution professional for Videocon. That is expected to be decided on March 28th.
And he did mention that the merger with Dish TV that was proposed long back, that is going to really get consummated in 4 to 5 working days or so.
For the markets, it's been a fairly decent day, you'd have to say. Very volatile, though, all over the place. But for now, the index is up about 0.5%. Sensex Nifty doing well. The mid-caps is really the sore point. So the market breadth is very weak today. More than 1,300 stocks on the declining side. The last hour could get tricky. So let's do one thing. Let's wrap up Business Lunch. But as we do that, let's also give you a sneak peek into all the women that are behind our show. Thanks for watching.